Hey there, James R. Elliot from Unleash Your Power Coaching and Training. I want to talk to something today about looking good or trying to look good to compensate for a lack of something, a lack of feeling something, usually the feeling of love or confidence or being liked within ourselves. A couple examples, because I've had some clients come to me lately, and a lot of these clients feel the need to buy lots of stuff so they can show it off. In fact, a friend of mine recently bought a new smartphone, the latest smartphone, and he took it out one time at dinner with a few friends, and he takes it and puts it right in the middle of the table, clearly so we can see it, clearly so we can comment on it. It was really interesting. So my point is this. When you buy something, is it so others will like you or think you're interesting, think you're cool, or is it because you really need it or it's going to make you feel amazing internally? For example, when I buy a new power suit, I feel amazing in a power suit or a nice set of clothes. Again, you can go overboard with this, having too many clothes, again, to compensate, because buying often is, I won't quite call it an addiction, but it's as much as alcohol. It's as much as drugs or sex or smoking or food. Any of these things that can be addictions when in excess, and buying can be one of them. And marketers love this. In fact, it's a lot of marketers' jobs to make us feel like we're not enough or not good enough, or we need to have the latest thing to be cool or to be whatever, important or whatever. So thus we're buying all the latest stuff. You know, a smartphone that's 6 months, a year old, who cares? It's a phone. Do you really need a new one within 6 months or a year? I can go on and on. Cars, things like that. Are these cars or these things, and I like nice fast cars too. I enjoy speed and I like fast cars. But think for a second before you go buying something. Is this for me? Is it a reward for me? Is it going to make me feel great like a power suit, for example, would? Or is it just to look important? Is it, I don't know, like a purse or something? Or is it a toy or something? Is just to make others envy you, make others feel you're important, or make others think you're important? Because I have news for you. Most people don't care. You have this cool new thing. Most people don't notice. They don't care. And really, do you want those people to like you because you have all this new stuff or have all these things or this bling or whatever? Or do you want them to like you because you're an amazing person and you're great to spend time with? So careful on that, because I find so many people overcompensate with this. Spending money on others, spending money on frivolous things just to look good or to look rich or to look like they're cool, or having all the latest gizmos and gadgets or the latest coat when you already have 12 coats that make you look good. Just be careful of this, because again, it's often our insecurities that a lot of companies and marketing and even news and media will play on, unfortunately, oftentimes, and it makes us buy more stuff so we can just have more stuff. Because for the first few minutes we're wearing it, maybe the first day you wear it or you have it, you own it, you feel great. You think, oh, I'm cool and whatever, this is going to make me look good. People are going to envy me or like me. And if you say bullshit to what I'm saying, really dig down, really think, am I buying this because I actually need it? Or am I buying it because whatever, I want to have something to make me feel good. I want to look cool. I have the greatest new things. So look down and really honestly check in with yourself before you go to buy something. Because often it is our insecurities of not feeling good enough, not feeling loved, not feeling good looking enough, not feeling valuable, that we'll do this and we'll buy all these things to make us look great or seemingly look great. So really check in with yourself and make sure it actually is for you. Maybe it's a reward for achieving something big in your life or business. Or maybe it is going to make you look great, like a power suit or something like that, versus do you really need this extra expensive car? Do you need this extra expensive clothes, extra expensive purse or phone or watch? Is your current watch great enough, or do you need this huge, massive, expensive looking watch to make you look good or important or whatever? So just check in with yourself. And I think you'll know when, in fact, I'm not going to tell you how to know when it is, but it really, check in with yourself, and I think you will know whether it's to buy something so you can look good, you look important, other people will think you're cool, or really because it's something that's going to make you confident, like a power suit or whatever. One way, though, to tell is ask yourself, well, why am I buying this? Why do I even need this thing? Why do I want to buy this thing? And is it, well, because people are going to look at me, or they'll think I'm cool, or they'll think I'm sexier, or they'll think I'm more important, or they'll think I'm smarter. Check in with yourself. Really, why are you buying this? Well, I need a new car. Well, do you? Or I need a new phone. Well, your phone's only 6 months old or only a year old. It's a phone. Do I really need this thing? And check in with yourself. Or is it kind of a whim or an intense impulse purchase? Is it emotional? Do I really need this thing? And that's why waiting a few days, a few weeks to hold on until you buy something is often enough to realize, well, I don't really need it, I don't really want it. It was a whim, it was an emotional decision, or I was trying to look good or look important. So that is one way. Check in with yourself. So ask, why am I buying this? Why do I even want this thing? Is it because I need it? Is it because I feel awesome in it? Is it because it's useful and has utility? Or am I going to get bored of it after a day or two or a few hours? And are people going to think I'm cool or like me or find it interesting for the first minute and a half? And then really, again, people don't care. People don't care that much. And after the first 15 seconds, this guy putting the cell phone on the table and everyone looking at the new cell phone, we forgot about it and it was never thought of again. So check in with yourself. It's one of the best things to do with anything you can do. The other thing too is often we really shouldn't be spending money on all these whims or frivolous things because, well, money doesn't necessarily grow on trees. Yes, I know paper grows on trees. Money doesn't grow on trees. And I see often people with these patterns and habits, it's people that really shouldn't be spending money on these things. And I've seen several clients get into trouble this way because they're spending all this money on a whim or to feel good about themselves, to look good, or again, it's a type of addiction, right? Buying is an addiction. It's like food, it's like drugs, it's like sex, gambling, you name it. So often these people that are stuck in these patterns, often, and I was there too, I've had friends there, I've had clients there, often we really shouldn't be spending this money. We could save for something better, like a vacation or a house or a down payment for a house. I had a client that I saw spending all kinds of money on all kinds of things, whining and dining all kinds of people to be liked. And unfortunately, this client had self-esteem issues, and we were working on that because he was blowing so much money trying to look good and feel good, and he really shouldn't have. He wasn't saving money. He wanted to buy a house, and it wasn't possible. He was blowing all his money, and that's why he came to me. He said, if I give you a few grand, I'll figure I'll be able to save, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand on a house, because he was constantly blowing money. He made great money, but really he had no money because he was spending all these frivolous things that he had others. He had many, many different pairs of shoes or watches or wallets or lots of different clothes and suits. And it was, again, a buying addiction for this gentleman. And again, I had a female client too a few months ago. Same thing. You need to save money. You're making a lot of money. This particular woman is a lawyer, and she made well over $250,000 a year, but she had no money, no savings, because it was all to feel better, to feel good, to feel loved. And money, was buying things specifically with money was allowing her to do this. So marketers love this. So really be aware of this and check in with yourself. Do I need it? And maybe take a day or a week or 3 to think, do I really need this? Is the usefulness going to be that much more than my current phone or watch or car or whatever? Is it going to be that much more? Is it that much better? Is it going to save you that much more or help you make that much more money? Or is it just on a whim? People that eat out all the time too. Oh, I'm too busy to cook at home. Or, oh, I can't, it's hard to eat for one. It's hard to cook for one, which is bullshit. You can cook for one and then save all of it so you have delicious meals at work and you don't not spending all kinds of money on food that's probably not great for you anyways and doesn't really taste that great. So again, look into the self. Are you buying your own bullshit? Are you telling yourself a story? Do you really need this thing? Or could you save up for a house or a car or a trip or something important? Versus buying these things, these addictions we've had, these little things that are often very expensive, like watches or phones or purses or whatever it is people buy. Check in with yourself, because often we waste money, so much money in these things. And I think back to all the money I've wasted things on and how much money I could have taken and saved and put into investments and what that would be worth today, 10, 15, 20 years ago. The problem with a lot of this behavior which is numbing the pain. This is why we do it. It numbs the pain, it fills the void for us. Again, whether it is booze or drugs or sex or rock and roll, or my point I'm making today is buying stuff. We don't need more stuff. And society, companies, marketing, everything tells us, oh, you need this new thing, you need the latest phone, your phone that's 6 months old isn't good enough anymore. Things like that. Often we waste so much money and we're not able to pay off our debt, pay off our bills. I know people who can barely afford to feed their kids or clothe themselves, but they have the latest cell phone. They have a newer cell phone than I do, and I use mine for video, for actually business use. There's people that have the latest stuff, and they can barely afford to pay their bills, pay their rent, and it happens a lot to a lot of people. Barely afford to pay the rent or buy great food, so they have to live on craft dinner, yet they have the best phone, they have the newest headsets, they have the newest technology, newest gear, newest purses, newest outfits, newest things. And it doesn't allow us to pay down our bills and pay down our debt. You know why rich people are rich? Because they save their money. They invest in things that are smart. They invest wisely. They invest in things that will bring them more money versus a phone or a purse or jeans that are $300 or something like that. So this is a big point I want to make as well. Often the reason we're not paying our bills, not paying down debt, is because we're spending it on too much crap that we don't need. So really check in to see, do you really need this? Or is it just numbing a pain? or filling a void, like food. Like people do it with food, people do it with wine, people do it with drugs, they do it with sex, with relationships, you name it. So those are two things I want to make sure you're aware of. And ask yourself, wow, am I just trying to feel good or get attention or feel loved and get people to pay attention to me? Am I better paying off my bills or buying food or paying my rent this month or saving my money? You know, should I save more money and invest into something wise, or maybe buy a house, you know, save for a property, or do I really need that latest thing? So that's the two points I really want to make here, because often the cost of buying all this stuff to try and look good, so we can feel good, so we get people to like us, to make us feel important or good enough or worthy or loved, it doesn't last very long anyways. It's a high basically that lasts what, maybe a day or two, maybe a week or two for your new watch or new purse or new phone or new clothes, your $400 jeans, whatever it is. It's short-lived anyways. Save your money, spend it on something wisely, invest. Put in investments, talk to an investment advisor, or save for a house or something. Maybe an awesome trip. Anyways, I made my point. Hope you had a great day. James R. Elliot, go have your best day ever. Unleashyourpower.com is my website if you'd like to learn more. Until then, have your best day ever, and thanks for watching. Take care.